Dear student, due to coronavirus, school started online classes for your study. So you can subscribe Golden Flower Palia YouTube channel, like and press the bell icon.
Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing very well. So my dear students, today once again I am here with the class 10th biology lecture number 6. So my dear students, in the last videos we have discussed about the nutrition in plants, and whenever we were discussing about the nutrition in plants, then we have studied that how the plants are making their food and what is the process behind it. And in the last video, we have discussed two experiments. The first one experiment was that chlorophyll is necessary for the process of photosynthesis, and another one we have studied in the last video, and that is sunlight is necessary for the process of photosynthesis. So, my dear students, today we will continue the same topic. Today we will continue the same topic, that is the nutrition in plants. And the nutrition in plants, the subtopic is carbon dioxide gas is necessary for the process of photosynthesis. So my dear student, as we have discussed, as you have studied in the last two videos, that chlorophyll and sunlight is necessary for the process of photosynthesis. Experiment is just similar, slightly differences are given here. You have to follow the few steps similar to the previous experiment which we have studied, that sunlight is necessary and chlorophyll is necessary for the process of photosynthesis. Dear students, this experiment we can do in the more than one form, two or three forms. We are having the methods and modes of the experiment to conduct this and to prove this, that carbon dioxide gas is necessary, but ultimately the conclusion is same for all kind of the methods. So what we have to do before starting the experiment, we have to take the two potted plants, and these potted plants we have to keep in a dark room for 2 to 3 days for destarching. For destarching, keep in a dark room. Take two potted plants, keep in a dark room for 2 to 3 days for destarching. Destarching means whatever the food is prepared already in the leaves. What is the food is prepared already in the leaves, that should be used up by the leaves, and whenever we will follow that glucose is forming or not forming, in that case we have need of such kind of the plants in which there is no previous amount of glucose is present in their leaves. So my dear students, what we have to do, first of all we have to take two potted plants, and both potted plants we will keep in a dark room for destarching. After that we will take out 2 or 3 days. After the 2 or 3 days we will take out the dead potted plants into a sunlight, and we will cover the both potted plants separately with a bale jar. This is plant A, which is covered by a bale jar. This is B, which is covered by another bale jar. What is the bale jar? Bale jar is a glass apparatus which is round up from the upper side, and from the lower side it is open. It is a circular or hollow is apparatus of the glass which is rounded from the above side and which is open from the downside. So we can close any potted plants, means we can keep this bale jar over the potted plant, right? So we have to take the two potted plants and we have to cover it with bale jar separately, with bale jar separately. In bale jar A, in bale jar B. One plant in bale jar A, one plant in bale jar B. Second one. Now, the next step is that we have to place a vaccine or grease here where the jar is connected to the bottom. Means we have to cover, we have to insulate the properly these gaps with the Vaseline or grease, so that the outer environment of air should not go inside the bale jar, because you know very well in environment carbon dioxide gas is present, and what we have to show, we have to show that without the carbon dioxide the photosynthesis process cannot take place. So obviously in this experiment we have to make proper that carbon dioxide should not go inside, so that is why we have to make here insulation with the vaccine or grease. After that, we will keep the both bale jars in the sunlight separately for 2 or 3 days, 2 or 3 days. Otherwise, the photosynthesis process can complete into the 6 to 8 hours. Photosynthesis process takes place only 6 to 8 hours. Otherwise, for better results, we have to keep these bale jars or potted plants separately in a sunlight for 2 or 3 days. When the photosynthesis process will be completed, then we have to pluck the leaf from the both plants separately. When we have to pluck the leaf from both plants separately. After that, we will boil into alcohol. Boil in alcohol. In the previous experiment, what we have discussed, for what we have to boil the leaves into alcohol for decolorization. Decolorize the leaves in alcohol boiling. You know very well, because we have to make iodine test. For confirmation of the iodine test, it is necessary to make the leaves colorless. After that, the color will be observed on the leaves. Otherwise, on the green leaves, it will be unable to see the blue black color clearly. So what we have to do? We have to do a and next step, that is the boil in alcohol. So when the leaves will be boiled in alcohol, whenever we will boil the leaves in alcohol, then the leaves will become decolorized. Then the leaves will become decolorized, or you can say colorless, or you can say colorless. After that, same experiment we have to do. We have to add the iodine solution. You know very well what is the iodine solution. Iodine is a liquid orange color chemical which shows the presence of starch anywhere. It means in any experiment we have to, in an experiment we have to observe that starch is present or not present. So we have to test with the iodine. We have to test with the iodine. If after adding the iodine liquid solution, the sample is changing color blue black, means sample colors turns blue black, it means starch is present in that sample, otherwise no. So obviously we have to make sure, we have to show that the photosynthesis process cannot take place without the carbon dioxide. If the photosynthesis process will take place, then glucose or starch will form. So after giving the iodine solution test, the leaf which we have taken from the jar A, the leaf which we have taken from the jar A, it will turns blue black. But the leaf which we have taken from the jar B, it will not show any color change. It means in jar A, the plants which we have kept in the jar A, it has followed by the, it has followed for photosynthesis process, but in this plant the photosynthesis process not taken place. Why this condition is occurred? In this leaf blue black color appears, in this leaf blue black color not appears, because look the difference. In jar A only plant is keeping, we are keeping the plant, potted plant only in bale jar A. But in bale jar B, you can see here potassium hydroxide solution we have kept. Potassium hydroxide solution we have kept. So after that, what we'll see? What we will see? We will see the difference that because this potassium hydroxide, because potassium hydroxide absorb the all carbon dioxide present in the bale jar. Potassium hydroxide absorb the all carbon dioxide which is present in the jar, because this jar is not getting the carbon dioxide from outside, but some amount of carbon dioxide the plant release during the process of respiration. So all the amount of carbon dioxide which is produced in this bale jar, that is absorbed by the KOH. It means in this bale jar the leaves are not getting the carbon dioxide gas. But in this bale jar is also not getting the carbon dioxide gas from outside, but they are producing in small amount by the process of photosynthesis. But after that, what we can do, we can keep a burning candle inside the bale jar. We can keep a burning candle. We can keep a burning candle inside the bell jar. So whenever we will keep this burning candle, after the burning of candle, the carbon dioxide gas will produce, and that carbon dioxide gas will be absorbed by the leaves for the process of photosynthesis. It means, in a simple words, you can say the plant which is keeping in the bale jar A is not getting the is getting the carbon dioxide, but the plant which is keeping in the bale jar B is not getting the carbon dioxide. So we have to show, and that is clear, that so by this experiment what we have understood, that without the carbon dioxide gas, photosynthesis process will not complete. It means the carbon dioxide gas is necessary for the process of photosynthesis. I hope this topic is clear to you. This is the experiment which is related with your previous experiment. Chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis and sunlight is necessary for the process of photosynthesis. Now, my dear students, as I have told you in the previous videos that whatever the life process we will start, we will study in the detail form one by one. We have started the nutrition. The nutrition we have studied in nutrition in plants. Now we are going to start the process, that is the nutrition in animals. So today we will study the summary of nutrition in animals, and in the next video we will discuss in the detail form. So next topic is nutrition in animals. You know very well, all animals are heterotrophic. All animals are heterotrophic. It means all animals cannot synthesize their own food, so they are depend on other animals or plants for their food. Means all animals obtain their food from other sources. My dear students, as you have heard many times that insect eating plants or carnivorous plants or insect eaters. So what are these? This is a special kind of nutrition Dead plants are not eating the insects for their food. They consume the animals, they catch the animals or insects for the fulfillment of nitrogen. It means they are called insect eaters or carnivorous plants because they catch the insects for the fulfillment of nitrogen, because that plants grows in the very nitrogen deficient soil. So for fulfillment of the nitrogen amount, they catch and digest the insects. We are having the nutrition in plants. So just today I will take to the summary. What is the nutrition? Already we are knowing very well the process of taking food and getting its utilizing its energy. That is called the nutrition. And all animals are heterotrophic. So today I will tell you the very small topic, that is the steps of nutrition. Steps of nutrition. The first one is ingestion, second one is digestion, third one is absorption, fourth one is assimilation, and fifth one is egestion. Fifth one is egestion. These are the five steps. These are the five steps which are followed by the all kind of the animals. Doesn't matter that is an unicellular animal or that is a multicellular animal. That is a human or that is an amoeba. All kind of the animals follow these five steps which are called the steps of nutrition. I'm telling you what is the meaning of ingestion. Ingestion means taking of food to the mouth, or you can say inside. Second one is breaking of complex food. Absorbing means absorption of absorption of digested food by blood. Transfer of food to every cell to get energy. Removal of undigested food. What are these? So these are the five steps which are followed by the every animal to follow the process of nutrition. I have written here, just I am telling you the summary. The process of taking food inside the body, or you can say the process of taking of food to the mouth, to inside the mouth. For example, amoeba, it does not have any mouth structure. So to ingestion process in an amoeba is called the process of taking food to inside the body, engulfing. So the process of taking food to inside the body, that is called ingestion. In means inside. Digestion means whatever the food we have taken, that is the complex form. So breaking of complex food into small pieces, that is called the digestion. Absorption, the digested food is taken up by the blood. The digested food is taken up by the blood with the help of the small structures which are called villi, and they are called the absorption, and that is called the absorption process. And assimilation, because you know very well we have taken the food and food is present in our stomach or small intestine, or you can say the digestive system. Food is digesting in our digestive system, but that food is utilized by the each and every cell of the body. So transport of the food from digestive system to the each and every cell of the body through the blood and utilize that energy by the process of oxidation, that is the respiration part. It is called the assimilation and egestion. Egestion means whatever the food is not digested inside the body. So the removal of undigested food from the body is called egestion. My dear students, don't confuse with ingestion and egestion. Always keep with in and e. In means the food is taking inside. E for exit means the removal of undigested food from the body. So my dear student, today I have started the topic nutrition in animals. In the next coming videos, we will discuss the nutrition in animals in a very detailed form, and especially nutrition in human beings. In our syllabus, we have to study in detailed form. Till that, have the proper practice, make the proper study during the lockdown period, and just time to time, periodically watch the videos on our YouTube channel, that is the Golden Flower Palya, and don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. Okay, all the best. God bless you.
Do self study at home and stay home, save lives. Thank you very much.